We're live. I think we're live. Yep, we're live. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we back with another one. You know, crazy times. We've had the Ecto1 drop, the Ghostbusters drop. Shout out to everybody who got one. I got the whole drop. First time in so long. I didn't have to break the bank and, go in the marketplace, spend a bunch of money, and I got it on the drop. I got it all sub 1,000. So I thought that was just insane. Let me put this out there while this fills up. Crazy drop. We got the Comic-Con coming up. That's so exciting, man. I've never been to a Comic-Con, and so this digital, this virtual Comic-Con is going to be interesting. Nobody really knows what to expect, and so that's kind of the fun, surprising, and we don't really know what to expect. I've never been to a physical one, never been to a virtual one. So cheers to everybody that has. They can fill us in, what a physical one's like, maybe. Because we don't know how the Comic-Con exclusives are going to drop. We don't know how any of that's going to work. We don't even know specifically if there is one. Kind of just assumptions right now. But let me wait till this fills up. Put this out. Gary, let's go. I don't have my contacts in right now, y'all. So I have to kind of look real close to my phone. Sora. Yo, Omi fam. What's going on? Let me know if you guys got the Ecto1, the whole thing. If you guys only maybe got the ultra rare. And what's your plans for Comic-Con, Are you guys selling off a little bit right now to get some gems? I'm kind of hesitant to do so right now because I know season 1, season 2, these are so valuable. And I have some duplicates like the FA Joker. I got, I think, 6 or 7 left. The Harley Quinn. I got so many of them because I know they're never going to be produced ever again. So I'm trying to hold on to those for a while. I don't want to let go of too many. I had to let go of some Todds early just to keep reinvesting in all these sets. But shout out to everybody drinking the coffee right now. It's lit. Captain. Chill crazy. Johnny Dunn. Let's go. Let me put this in the bio real quick. Give me a second, y'all. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I was never the biggest in the comics or anything like that. But growing up, like I was big into superheroes. I like Batman. I like Spider-Man. Those are probably my 2 favorites. Obviously, I like Superman. Superman's huge. But Batman and Spider-Man, those are like my 2 favorites right there. So I'm pumped on that. I think the Hulk in my showroom is going to be insane. Let me put this in my bio. Shout out to the Omi homies. Ecto1, man. I've been hearing a lot of surprises. I've been hearing a lot of people saying, are the lights going to come on? Are they going to flash? We don't really know any kind of teasers yet. And they've been kind of quiet. Shout out to the team. They've been kind of quiet, keeping it on the low. We live. Come join us. Can you guys hear me all right? I'm using this mic this time. Before I was using the webcam mic. So just a lot of things are happening, I think right at Comic-Con, I think they're going to start their marketing. They said they're going to use this as their launch. People are going kind of iffy right now. People are 50-50. People are saying like they're going to sell. But I don't think, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's kind of, at first people are like, it's going to be crazy. Then there's a little bit of FUD saying people are overhyping it and it's just going to be a letdown, etc. But no, I see this as really kind of like they're launching the kind of mainstream. You see some tidbits, some previews, some snippets going around with like the Harley Quinn Deluxe. And I mean, that's kind of public now. And I see this as really like they're, they didn't want to bust out just yet. They kind of want to have a slow run, have about 50,000 users in the first year. And things took off, March hit and boom. Next thing you know, April, and they got like 150, 200,000 users. And they're like, whoa, this is like year number 2, 3 like numbers. So, kind of sent them back a little bit. And they had to, revamp the app, re-engineer it so that it handled the load. Gave them a little bit of breathing room they hired Trevor. And I'm sure they grew the team a little bit more, kind of gave them a little bit of breathing room to get things going, work on the collectibles. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 season 2 is here already. And we're at like just half a million users probably. I want to say maybe like 400,000, I think. Somewhere in between there, 450,000. And we haven't even started marketing yet. Like nothing really, no heavy marketing. NFL is about to begin. And so I really see this as kind of being like their mainstream. I think maybe, the fans that were kind of iffy, the fans that were maybe on the fence or didn't really know what NFTs were, what's going to solidify it, I think, is when these major brands like Marvel, like DC, when they tell their fan base, yo, not only can you get this physical whatever, but also go get this new collectible on this or exclusive collectible on this new VeVe app. Boom, they're like, oh, okay. Like it's gonna take whatever they're a fan of to tell them go get it on VeVe or just like talk about VeVe. Then that's when they're gonna go check it out. They're gonna dive down the rabbit hole. You don't even have to dive down the rabbit hole, but they're gonna because it's so new, it's interesting. The community's crazy. Like that's what's so great about our community. Everybody's doing their part, and the energy is just electric. Everybody wants to be a part of the community too. So that's why everybody plays a role, even if you don't make content, whatever, you just like retweeting, you just sharing stuff, you just showing love. That all spreads the word, that all shares like the love, the energy, and people want to be a part of that because it's contagious. I mean, it's just as contagious as the negative energy. So that's why that positivity, man, is so important because it's electric and it's contagious. And people will want to join just for that alone. Like people want that support. What's up, Johnny? Do you think VeVe will still release low mints anymore? Seems like they might not since there are so many users now. What's up, Wes? Yo, I think they are still going to release low mints. I still think they're going to take like the first 40, maybe as they grow, maybe like the first 50, first 60, etc. So I think the sub 100s are going to be, really hard to get eventually long term. I had to sell a couple low mints, but I'm keeping that Catwoman 68. I mean, unless I'm only keeping it because I listed it for really high. I listed it for 68,000. It's number 68. I listed it for 68,000. Because I just feel like over time these sub 100s are going to be so limited. It's going to be like having that, it could be like having the PSA graded 10, because they're so limited. It kind of separates a collectible when there's 400 of them. How can you separate it even like further? I still think they're going to release it, and that is random. Like I got all three on this last Ecto1 drop. All three of my cars were sub 1,000. I got a 625, I think, ultra rare or something like that. I mean that's pretty low. It's not a sub 100 or close to that, but that's luck. That's just random. Hulk will be insane. I'm so excited for Hulk because we haven't even seen real animations yet. You've seen other like apps do like animations, and if other apps can do animations like that, VeVe can do it. They're taking their time, and that's what I love about them because they're not in a rush. They're seeing all these other things pop up, and they're sticking to their guns. They're just doing what they're doing, and I'm so impressed because they can pull it off, and that's what's going to make it even crazier is because. Like, look at the Rip mode. Rip mode is the first animated ever. The Starfire is the first animated. Rip mode is the first fully animated, I should say. So those two collectibles are going to go down as history because you're going to see the T-Rex moving. You're going to see all these collectibles moving. I spent like 20 minutes looking at every nook and cranny if the ultra rare Ecto1 to see if there was anything more interactive than just doors. Maybe the glove compartment. You can actually steer the wheel. I was looking at the same thing, dude. I was going over every little nook and cranny. And I found you can actually steer the wheel, and then the wheels move. So that tells me that I think you can do it on the DeLorean too. I'm not positive, but if you can go in there, you can like twist the wheel and it moves. You guys can hear me all good and everything, right? Get these collectibles and lock in our game too. Well, I mean, once they release the gaming aspect, I definitely see because I think that's coming. It's just a matter of time. That's kind of the next evolution of all this. And they're a technology company. That's what they kept saying. So I see them only growing into this space even more. It's not like they're gonna get away from it. They're gonna do all kinds of crazy stuff. They're gonna do. I see them eventually doing the goggles. Shout out to It's Wonderful. I think he was talking about that one. It was one of his videos. I definitely see that happening, man. It's just a matter of time. Because they're a technology company. Like David, he's still young. Dan, he's still young. All these people are still like in their prime, creating, etc. And this is a legacy for them. I think this is just like one, part of their dream. And once they do this and solidify it, they're going to keep creating out of it and just expanding. Yo, Johnny D, what's up, fam? Yo, what up? What up? They have said 1 out of 1 editions are coming for artist drops. Yeah, 1 out of 1. That's insanity. Can you really imagine how those are going to play out? Hopefully, auction style. Really, I won't have the budget for that. Like, no shot. But I mean, it's going to bring those big collectors. And what do you think they're going to do? Just not buy anything else? Like, come on. Like, they're going to get all into the app. That's the thing. Like, VeVe is literally the NFT, like the Disneyland for NFTs. VeVe brings everybody like together, and like they're all having fun together, and everybody's interested in the similar things. So I really think it's like kind of the next evolution of social media. That's why I kept saying how it's going to be just as big as Facebook, if not bigger, Instagram, all these platforms, because it's got the social media aspect in itself. We're not even really on that. We're all on Twitter right now. That's kind of where it's been popping. But you know, I'm on the app a lot, kind of just testing it out to make sure I'm not missing out like crazy updates or anything like that. And I want to see how it's running. I want to see how the social media feed's running. And it's still a little bit of laggy, you know, they're still working on those collectibles heavy. But I think, you know, once everything starts getting smoother, you can search for people. You know, we haven't even seen the desktop version roll out. That's going to be insane. People are going to be creating the craziest showrooms at that point. Like, can you imagine when the, like, shout out to True Tech. Yo, True Tech needs some love because I know how many hours he spends on this stuff. So shout out to True Tech Junkie, man. And shout out to everybody else who's creating crazy showrooms. I know Chill Crazy with the, what is it, like the films you're creating. You guys are insane, man. And shout out to you guys. Spend a lot of time on that. Catwoman safe. Yeah, I love Catwoman. Yeah, my theory is they're holding back big names because they may believe they're not ready for a huge influx of users. Absolutely. That's what it is. Like, they don't even have to come out and say that. If they say it, nobody's going to believe it, really. Like, they had 10,000 users at one point, and, you know, they were from – all right, this is how it played out because I know there's a lot of new users here. I've said this story all the time, and I feel like I repeat myself. But I always forget there's a bunch of new people, too, that haven't heard it. Like, so they opened publicly January 1st, right? And from January 1st to March 1st, they had 10,000 users. And they were growing at a pretty good pace. That's like 5,000 users, boom, each month. And then March 1st hit, and all of a sudden, you know, you see a big spike. And probably about April-ish, not March 1st. I want to say a little bit before March. I want to say about February, mid-February. So like early February to mid-February, you had like a big, like the initial bubble. I joined like March 3rd. So just after the initial, you know, little wave push, because like I would say like February is when it really got cooking, and after I would say like late February into early March, mid-March is really a huge wave. I would say, you know, early March they had like 10, 15,000 users. By the end of March they had like 100 and close to 150,000 users. I think it was like insane growth, and by the end of April, they probably had like 200. So like they were just growing at a crazy pace, you know. And it was just an avalanche. Then all of a sudden there was a lot of FUD, you know. So much FUD happened, and then people started to realize what this really was. These are licensed digital assets. And so the FUD kind of went away, and that was kind of the early summers, and it's back, momentum pushing again. And a lot of things keep happening. They had that Marvel announcement. That's what really solidified it for people. And now they got the Comic-Con coming up. And now we're heading into that. I think they ramped things up, you know. I think they weren't going to really launch until about 2022. But since they saw they already got the fan base, they already got things going, they're trying to speed it up now, I think. And so they're going to use Comic-Con, this little digital event. Not little, it's pretty big, actually. This big digital event, virtual event. They're going to use that as kind of their launching pad. And I see them doing just big things, you know. They're really going to get the world to validate them, I think. 1 out of 1. Yeah, that's what we were on. Can you imagine? They didn't say Mona Lisa, but they like teased it, you know. They Al Khan interview was crazy. He talked about how you're going to be able to own things that you never thought you'd be able to own in physical form. So like you never thought you'd be able to own the physical Mona Lisa. What if they got the rights to that somehow? I mean, that's just a stretch, obviously. I'm stoked for older movie posters. They can do so many. Not even movie posters. Imagine movie clips. Imagine you can buy a TV for your showroom, and like you can get a nice big plasma TV, right? And then you can watch movie clips of your favorite movie that drops. Mind blowing. You can buy a stereo system in there. You can play your favorite movie clips. So then imagine the feed, right? How it is right now. You can't really search for people, and when you click on someone's profile, you can't look in their showroom. But next to like with the follow button, there's probably going to be like a view showroom. Boom. Good. What up, Eric Reddick? True Tech killing it. Absolutely. Yo, you two should collab, man. Everybody keeps telling you that. Chill Crazy and True Tech. I have a 162 Catwoman. So sick. Dude, nice, man. I saw another Catwoman for $1,000 right now in the marketplace. I was about to buy it, but I was like, you know what? I don't have really money to spend like that. And so, but if anyone has got $1,000, they don't really know what to spend. I'm not telling you to buy the Catwoman because there's other things that maybe it might give you a better return on investment like sooner. So this is no way in shape financial advice. But if you think you want to be able to hold on to something for like, you know, a couple months, see what happens. Are all these YouTubers predicting 10? I almost read that 10 million OMI price, $10 OMI price. I mean, I'm not an OMI expert, Wes. I just throw it in my bag and collect it. You know what I mean? Are you? I'm assuming then you don't believe it's going to be a hit $10 OMI price. I mean, they might believe that. I do think it's going to hit that over time. I think, you know, sky's the limit for this company. Imagine if they start coming out with their own wearables. Imagine if they start, you know, they have so many routes they can go. They have so many different things that they can go and create and branch off because they always said they're not just, you know, a collecting app. They are at its core, but they're also a technology company. Like that means they have the ability to go do so many other things. But I understand it does. I mean, it does sound like clickbait. I understand what you're trying to say with that, but I don't really think they're trying to do it that way. Marvel announcement pushed them over the top. That's the thing. Marvel, see, I think what happened was a lot of people weren't sure. You know, a lot of people saw DC and that validated it, but they're like, yeah, but Marvel's just going to go with somebody else and, you know, they're going to compete. But then they saw that they had Marvel too, and it was like they got DC Comics and Marvel. It's like Reese said they got the game on lock. They got the market cornered. So the fact that they got the market cornered just tells me that they have every major license. They got, you know, NDAs with a lot of these companies they can't talk about probably. And even if they could talk about it, I don't think they want to because it would break the app and it ruins the surprise. What if they just laid out everything for us? You know, they're collectors. That it's a collecting app built by collectors. That's what's so crazy. Like a lot of these companies, you know, they may just buy out a company. They may just, you know, have the money. They may just be a businessman, but these are actual true collectors at heart. So they know how to do things. They know how to set it up. This is all set up so strategically to where like I don't even know half of it. Like I'm finding out little stuff here and there. I'm a constant student of the game. Like I always joke around how like I'm stalking on David using Instagram because like I'm trying to dig for clues. Like I'm telling you, I really think they laid out stuff for so long. Like this isn't just a pop up, you know, capitalized off the NFT moment. This is a whole new frontier. This is the Amazon on the blockchain. This is Facebook on the blockchain. This is Instagram, Twitter, everything on the blockchain. This is all these apps in one. This is literally the Disneyland for NFTs. Moon trip soon. Matter of time, man. I hate to be like the moon boy because, you know, I think it's a slow burn, you know, I think it will take time, but it's inevitable. It's just, you have a lot of VeVe collectibles. Did you use to collect stuff growing up, or is this a new hobby for you? Sort of. It kind of brought out the old hobby in me, I guess you would say. Like I was never really a true collector. I did collect Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I had some sports cards growing up, but then I got out of it. You know, when I was like 10, I kind of stopped with that, and I kind of got out of that phase. Looking back, I guess I would collect some things. I would collect like baseballs and stuff like that, but because David you said everybody's a collector instinct, like in their instincts. Like caveman used to collect stuff. Like everybody used to collect stuff. It was kind of always in me, but I was never really interested in anything after the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. But once I found VeVe, it just snapped and just brought everything back into like, I absolutely love it. I got 2 physical Batmans out of it now. I would have never bought them if it wasn't for VeVe. I start getting Funko Pops. I know the Funkos aren't worth that much money, but that's just something to feed my soul, basically. I got like a bunch of my favorite players, celebrities, artists. So it definitely like reignited, I would say, an old hobby. Plus, also, I felt like it was a moment in time where I had to capitalize because I never had much money, so I'm trying to use this as a way to make money as well. But I don't want to sell my collection, so like I want there to be a way I can like just kind of. I knew it was a moment of time where it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I tried capitalizing on it as much as I could. So I kind of went all in. I didn't go all in like right away on day one, but just slowly over time, when I had the money, I was just putting everything I had into it. And I had to learn a lot too. I didn't learn everything right away. So imagine when blank hops into, then blank, then blank. Givenchy first, then Versace, then Louis Vuitton, then Gucci. Exactly. And guess which will always be the first one? The Givenchy. That's what's so crazy is there's gonna be luxury, there's gonna be the Louis Vuittons, there's gonna be all these other ones that they're gonna be crazy valuable too. There's gonna be tons of them, but people are always gonna want that first one. People are always gonna want. That's why I look at all the first edition stuff. We're so blessed right now. Everything looks like a first appearance because everything almost is a first appearance or first edition. So the fact that we're just in a moment of time to be able to capitalize off of it. It's just one of those things where you're going to look back and what is it, 6 months from now and say, why didn't I buy more? The same way I bought 9 Todd McFarlane Batmans at retail. And I look back and I say, why didn't I buy more? Like, you just never really know for sure. But like I was almost as like sure as I could get. I just didn't have money. Like, sure, if I would have dropped 10,000, like I literally just would have been impossible. I would have to take out a loan or something. Like, I mean, I ended up spending a lot more than that, but not like right away. That's the thing too. A lot of people I told about this, they said they didn't have money they were able to put in. Like, you gotta have money at the right perfect time. Like, if it wasn't for my family, I would have never been able to do it. VeVe will license everything from Gucci to pencils to number 2 pencils. They really will. Like, literally, because every kid's gonna be on it. Think about that. Every kid, every adult, it's gonna be like Facebook in that sense. Grandparents are gonna be on it because it's the ease of use. This is the Amazon on blockchain. This is the Facebook, Amazon, Twitter, Netflix, all on the blockchain. This is the new frontier. This is the digital age that we're moving into. If people are skeptical, just ask them, do you see yourself going on the phone and the digital space more or less over time? It's not any less. I know people don't like the phone. I know people don't like the digital age. I was one of them. Trust me. I did not want to be on my phone all day. It was not what I wanted to do. But I realized that's just my opinion. Other people share the same opinion. Most of the time it's I find it's, the older generation. But it doesn't matter. Most of the kids, they love being on the phone more than being outside. So it doesn't always matter what, you like. I understand you may not like it because I didn't like it. So but I also understand where it's going. So sometimes you have to just say to yourself, I didn't like Bitcoin back in 2013, but I should have been thinking, just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not the next thing. It was like $50 and I said, I don't like it. I was being how people say that about the digital space and NFTs right now. Dude, I was watching your music videos. It was like you predicted your future through your music. Honestly, I was just saying that to my boy Chad, NFT Pirates. Shout out to Chad. Because he likes the music too, man. And he always, he tells me all the time he listens to it. And I'm like, yo, bro, I appreciate you. I was just listening to when I'm in my car, I listen to my music all the time. Also now I listen to It's Wonderful too. Shout out to the Pineapple guy, man. I love the way his production, man. He is next level. You can tell he's like he's been at it. This is all coming all perfect time for him. He's done this his whole life. I'm so happy for this kid, man. That's why I love supporting him, because it's like he was always the kid that people doubted. People always picked other people instead of this kid. He's from Jersey, New Jersey, where I'm from too. He's been in music his whole life though. I just hopped into music since 2018 with no background experience. So I'm like a sponge around him. Like I try to like he's too busy right now to really like sit down and teach me stuff, but I know there's gonna be a time where like I can learn even more from him. But I can be a sponge around him and learn so much. So but I appreciate you, man, because it does feel like I not predicted it, but I almost manifested it. Like the stuff I was talking about seemed crazy in 2018, 2019, 2020, like because there was no real hope looking at, but I knew there was like something out there that was just like greater calling type thing for me. It was just in my gut. It was just the universe. Like I was teaching, I just nothing wrong with teaching either. Like I don't want anybody to feel that way because I was a teacher. I graduated with a teaching degree, and I just felt like for me, my mom's a teacher and loves it and wouldn't change it. And I do want to teach eventually, like when I'm older. I just felt like I was so hungry. Like I have so much passion and hunger right now to where I was just like at recess, like watching these kids, and I was just like, what am I doing right now? Like I was trying to play ball still. So like the fact that like I kind of just quit teaching and didn't really have anything to fall back on. But you know, I had my family there to support me, so I was still living at home and it's just grinding, man. It just felt like, you know, music came out of nowhere. You know, I started a business, has to do like FanDuel, DraftKings, you know, did all right, but not enough to like be able to move out and support myself on it. And started making music only because I was doing podcasts for that. But podcasts weren't really fun for me. And so I was like, how can I kind of promote this in a way that was like different and unique? And so I started making music about it and literally had no skill. I was like, let me just make a song and got a YouTube beat, played it in the background. I just had the same microphone and just had vocals over it. Had no idea how to do effects or anything and just put it out there. Put it on SoundCloud, made another one. And then someone wrote a comment like, yo, I can't find this on iTunes. How do I buy it? And that just threw me for a loop. I was like, what? iTunes? I don't even know how to put it on iTunes. You want to buy it? This is insane. So that's when I went down the rabbit hole of music, figured out TuneCore, how to put it on Spotify, all that stuff. And that's what, so that was like 2018. So it does feel crazy, man, that it feels like it just kind of all just worked itself out, led me into VeVe at the perfect time, man. Maybe like a week earlier, February, like mid-February is my birthday. And that's right when the Rizzo sold out. If I found it right then, oh man, I would just bought all the Rizzos. But I found it like a week later in March. And it was like a week after the Rizzo sold out. But I didn't buy the Harley Quinns. How crazy is that? They sold out right away. My first one, I think I bought the Ghost Sign. I bought the Amanda Batman, bought the Penguin, bought the Harley Quinn. Gotta hit the bed, Johnny. I wanted to catch you for a few. You'll still be up when I get up for work later, bro. Later chill crazy. Now I'm gonna get to bed soon. This won't be a 3-hour stream. Maybe like a 2-hour stream. No, we'll see. Not that long. I gotta get more sleep. It's been catching up with me lately. I've been gassed. I've been so tired. But and my sister's kids are here for the week too. So I'm trying to spend some time with them. But I'm showing my kids all VeVe and Batman and everything. Not my kids, but my sister's kids. December, what's up, Johnny? Lunch break here. Let me chill here for a while. Yo, what up, December? Yo, you got any drop tips? Any secrets you want to, any gems, late night gems you want to drop for us? It's been a while. Hackgate 2.0. I'll never forget that. It was so funny. You just kind of dropped it in there. And the crazy part was I read it and everything, and I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, all right, like I didn't really. I knew about Clock 8 for so long, and I just didn't do it. I was kind of like against it. I didn't really want to do that or anything. So I was out here just missing drops and just spending mad money on the market. So like when you said that, I was like, oh, it's like another trick. I was like, all right, but I should have did it, man. I should have just capitalized it. Man, check your Twitter. I sent a Catwoman. Johnny Dunn VeVe pick. All right, I'll check that out. And I am gonna do. Speaking of Twitter, I'm gonna have a person. Well, I already tweeted out. A person send me the Ecto1. I was gonna make it so like I was gonna do like a live stream chat type contest, but a bunch of people commented on that, so I'm just gonna do that. And we got about 90 more followers until we hit 2K, man, on Twitter. This is unbelievable. I can't believe we're at almost 2K. I joined Twitter back. I joined back on Twitter with 200 followers. And, I just want to get up with the VeVe updates. The only way to get VeVe updates back then was on Twitter. This is when Discord, I don't know how many, I didn't even have Discord. People were like, yo, you should download Discord. I'm like, oh, another app I got to try to download. Like March and April was insane. A time in my life I'll never forget. So I hopped back on Twitter, and you guys have showed so much support, man. Everybody, it's been crazy. So at 2,000, I'm going to give away something from season 1. One of my favorites. It's nothing crazy, but, it won't be anything lame either. Yo, what up, Kagi? Top Father, the GOAT. What up? What up, man? Ray, get some headphones. Wait, what do you mean headphones? Is it like a bad quality on the mic? Is the volume all right? Sure, my wife gonna kill me. Enjoy that, bromies. Let's go. I gotta sleep, unfortunately. Yeah, man, get some sleep. Get some sleep. I'm gonna be heading to bed in a little bit, but wanted to come on you guys and talk about not only Ecto1 but Comic-Con, man. I think I hope everybody signed up because I don't want to, there's gonna be a lot of people who'll be like, yo, I didn't sign up, I didn't get one. And I don't even know if they're gonna get anything. We don't know for sure what's gonna happen, right? I mean, they didn't lay out exactly how anything is gonna work, right? So I know everybody's hopes up. I don't know what to expect. I'm not expecting anything because I don't want to get my hopes let down. I don't want to be like crazy. I could, I put myself in the position to like not be disappointed and not be overly excited. I expect the craziest things to happen. I guess I'll just talk about them. I expect the craziest things to happen. Ready? Like crazy is like Tom McFarlane gets a digital like signature signed collectible, and you get access to it. Anybody who has a registered ID. To being let down, wasn't really anything. Maybe not that many people signed up because it was a digital event. So I'm expecting anything. I'm not going to let it sway me one way or the other. If it's a big event, I'm buying more Omi. It was let down, I'm selling. Like no, like so I don't like getting myself too emotionally caught up like that. And people always get it twisted too. People always say like, "Oh, you're emotional about VeVe, that's why you invested." It's like no, like they got it so twisted. Like people always get it twisted, man. I love VeVe because I think it's the #1 NFT platform in the world. Like it felt like a dream come true. Like I've never really invested in crypto or anything like that, and this is my first one. Like that doesn't happen. I had to keep asking myself, like, is this real life? It almost can't. It almost is like too good to be true, And for the past 10 years, I've never had the good luck. I've never had the opportunity. In fact, it's always been the opposite. Like in college, like I felt like I was positioned. Like I put in the work for a couple years, my freshman, sophomore. I put in the work every day, got my rank up, and then all of a sudden the coach had to leave and he goes to a different college. Shout out to the coach though, man. He taught me how to work hard because he cut me in my freshman year, and he really taught me how to work hard and kind of flip the switch. And it was like a turning point in my life. And so it all kind of, came full circle, and we won the championship and Jack championship my last year. I was a starting pitcher, and it was a crazy moment because he was the same coach that cut me. And then he had the, the courage, he took a chance to start me that game. He didn't have to do that. I was a sophomore. So like it all came full circle. But then like he left. I mean, he had to do it for his family because he got a better deal, but it was just crazy. Like, dang, like that's the kind of unfortunate like opportunities that were just like I was positioning myself to be like the head guy, like the next guy, but everything happens for a reason. So I'm blessed everything happened the way it did. Because, everything could be completely different. I may have never found VeVe if that never happened. So, like, Pokemon cards is what really led me into VeVe. I found my Pokemon cards. My mom found my Pokemon cards from when I collected as a kid and busted them out of the closet, looking at all these crazy cards. They brought back so many memories. Looking at Pikachu. I'm looking at cards I've never even opened. I have a first edition Machamp that's never been opened in the wrapper. I was like, what is this? This is crazy. So, like, brought back so many memories. Yo, always appreciate your knowledge, experience, strategy. How necessary is it for VeVe NFT owners to have blockchain account or something similar in place before gems can be turned into fiat? How necessary is it for VeVe NFT owners to have blockchain account? What do you mean by a blockchain account? Do you mean like a MetaMask? Now, when you're talking about gems to fiat, and shout out to B Casper, I'm glad you joined, bro. I'm glad you got yourself a Superman, a Todd, I think, right? Good stuff, man. Don't sell those. Now, a blockchain account, you mean like a MetaMask? You don't really need one unless you're buying Omi. Even if you're buying Omi, you don't really need one. You should get one for sure. But just to get Omi, you don't really need a MetaMask. I think you're asking, do you need a MetaMask? When they turn gems to fiat, though, you still won't need a MetaMask for that. You're just going to need to fill out like tax information stuff. That's what the KYC is for. If you had $1,000, would you 1, buy Omi, 2, save for Comic-Con drops, or 3, buy a Series 1 NFT like Robin, Nightwing, Barda, etc. before it goes above 1K? Great question. What's the Omi price right now? You get like, where's it at? Coinbase. Get like 300, just over 300,000 Omi. All right, let me ask you a couple questions because I feel like it all depends on people's situation, right? Do you have a lot of Omi already? Like, are you already at like 1 million plus Omi? Or would that 300,000 Omi be like a good amount of Omi for you? Sora. Starfire, and also the problem with getting like one Starfire, one Barda, one Nightwing, one Robin, I think they're all definitely amazing collectibles, and they're only going to go up. I think Starfire is going to be Starfire or Barda, but Nightwing too, or Robin. See, it's so tough. If I had to say any, I'm biased because I have 2 Nightwing, but I mean, Starfire has 1,000 editions, a lot more rare than Nightwing. But I think Nightwing has a bigger fan base. But it's both DC at the end of the day. I think it depends on your Omi's standpoint, like say if you had 1 million Omi, because once you get that collectible, once you get a Starfire, you're not going to want to sell it. You're going to want to hold on to it. Even if you think it's going to be like 5K, 10K, you're going to be like, it's going to, I mean, if you have a lot of collectibles, though, you may be able to sell it. It's really tough. So, just hypotheticals. I got a large Omi bag, multi-mil, but excited to see what they drop next week. All right, if you got multi-mil, I say you should get the collectible. If you got multi-mil, I think you're in a good spot right there. I think go to Starfire or Nightwing. Not financial advice. Because Nightwing's the FA. Nightwing also was the first collectible ever. They had a limit. You could only buy 2 Nightwing at retail. I mean, I don't know if that matters now because you can get them in the market. But it was the first time they ever put a limit on anything. Like at Rizzo, when that dropped, people could buy like 10 at retail. So I love Nightwing. But Starfire, there's only 1,050 of them. It's the first half animated. It's first animated period. Rimo's the first fully animated. It's a full set by itself. Those full sets are going to be huge, I think. Good job on getting multi-million Omi, by the way. I hope that answers your question. Catwoman sold out. Yes, sir. December. Yeah, Catwoman sold out. Shout out to the Comic Way. I don't know. I don't know. It says sold out on my phone too, but it also said I was at the 3 limit max on my phone. Like there's a 3 limit max on Catwoman, so I couldn't buy any anyway. But it also says like 3,000 or something left in the store. So I don't know. Dude, how much is Duncan paying for you? I should get a VeVe mug. That's what I need. What do I need? Those Master Collector mugs, right? Duncan's not paying me anything yet. I got to cover it up. No brand sponsorships yet. I would do a VeVe for free. I need a VeVe banner and a VeVe mug and a VeVe polo. I need to be VeVe'd out here. But all my money's in the VeVe. You know, like. All right, what is this at? I gotta look so close, man. I don't have my contacts in today. Need help. Would you liquidate your serial killer set and CoverGirl set to buy a Pride poster, 1.5K? Tristan Williams, shout out to you. Let's see. I don't think you should get rid of your CoverGirl set. I think that's just being slept on right now. If you can hold that for a few months, I think it's really gonna, just go crazy value. All of them are FAs. We're in that spot where we were like a couple months ago with all the Todds and everything. They're not. I was sitting on the app and they just weren't moving. Todds were in stock. Nobody wanted them for weeks. So, but serial killers, I don't really know Ron English that well. I know he's a big artist, which means he's probably going to be able to move to OpenSea like quicker. So if you're like one of those people who wants to like be in a rush to OpenSea and sell it, you may want to wait till that happens. I'm sure you can get a little bit more maybe if you're able to sell for ETH and stuff over there. And I'm sure he's one of those artists that will allow you to do that. But yeah, I don't think that CoverGirl set you should liquidate. Maybe if you're not like the biggest fan of the serial killers. But again, the problem with liquidating right now is the prices aren't really that high. So you're going to be kind of selling it, not for the lowest it's been, but not where you really want it, Like season 1 is so undervalued. Like it's going to be impossible to get season 1 collectibles soon. And that's kind of why I'm like a tough situation right now, because I got duplicates, but I don't want to sell them yet. So that's why if you go to the marketplace on a lot of them, you're going to see mine for a crazy amount because I put them for what I think they're actually worth. But it may take a while to get there. I hope that answers your question, Tristan. What's poppin', my boy? Yo, what up, Brendan? Any notable pickups this week? No, man. I've been laying low, quiet, keeping my eye on a couple things. But no pickups yet. No pickups. Like I got 2 Javincis, I got 2 Secret Rare, 2 Nightwing, 2 Golden Dragon Girls. I'm holding those for a while. Those are my like 2 big duplicates. Not 2 big duplicates, my big duplicates. But I have a couple, FAs that I don't want to get rid of just yet, like the Harley Quinn, the Joker. I got a good amount of those that I'm just waiting to, reinvest in other collectibles. But it's a battle because I got to wait till they appreciate. But at the same time, the collectibles I got my eye on are going to appreciate. So, like, it's like, no, like, I don't want them to run away from me, you know what I mean? Because I got my eye on, like, 3 collectibles right now, which I'm so torn. Because I got to prepare for new drops, too. Like, I need Spider-Man in my vault. There's a lot of talk about land lately. Any notable pickups? Yes, sir. 3 Supermans and 1 tie, my guy. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. B. Casper. 3 Superman. That's 3 sets right there. 1 tie. You got 1 tie. Honestly, you encouraged me to buy the tie more than you'll ever know, and I grabbed it under 300. Perfect timing. Wow, dude. You did time that perfect because it shot up right after you bought that. You can time things perfect, and I was just going to say, you can time things the wrong way. Look at the Harley Quinn. As soon as you gave that to me, Well, not as soon as you gave it to me. What happened was you gave that to me, right? The Harley Quinn, and it wasn't moving. It was like $79, and then I gave that away. Shout out to Wendy if you're listening. I gave that away to Wendy, and well, we made a trade to beat Casper. I made a trade with him, and he traded me the Harley Quinn. And I was just it wasn't moving, and I know Wendy said she missed a drop, and so I sent her the Harley Quinn. As soon as I sent it to Wendy, it just blew up. That video came out, and it was just like, whoa, what just happened? So that's what I mean. Like, you can time things perfect like you did, and then you can time things bad like I did. I sent it at the wrong time. Shout out to Wendy. Shout out to B. Casper. I was thinking the OpenSea thing with the Da Vinci poster. It was definitely keeping the cover girls. Good point about the FAs. I mean, that's the thing too. Da Vinci poster. That's going to be iconic. Not saying you don't want to have that. You definitely want to have the Da Vinci poster. Because like there's going to be celebrities. Shout out to Ray Fixie too. He's probably one of the biggest ballers we got right now. But there's going to be tons of those guys eventually over time. You know, there's going to be plenty of those people who just, you know, big whales, you know, and the Da Vinci is going to be the first one ever of all time. I mean, there's going to be many more, but that's always going to remain the first one. Just something that's iconic. It's kind of like the DeLorean. DeLorean's so slept on right now. It's the first car ever. It's not important. Doesn't look like much. There's 15,000 of them or whatever. So people are like, what are you doing? Why are you buying that? I bought 2 extra. I have 3 now because, I mean, it's not even that many. I know people with many more, like a lot more. Not many more, but with a lot more than just 3. And shout out to everybody who's got way more than 3. But it's because it's the first car ever. There's going to be way more cars. There's going to be futuristic cars. There's going to be classic cars, all types of stuff. So people, again, are going to want that first car. And I think they made it the DeLorean on purpose because it's just iconic. It's like the old school car. So people are going to want it. It's almost like why they did the Batman black and white first, I think. Because it's black and white. It's like old school. It's going to be like OG. Like imagine season 7 and having the first black and white series. Kind of feels surreal to have that, honestly. And it makes me think like I may just, I don't know. If I have one more Rizzo, I'll be so happy because that means I'll have 2 sets of that first series. I don't know how I'm going to get another Rizzo, though, without selling duplicates. I have 2 sets of girls. That's nice. Look at Supergirl. Yo, duplicate sets. That should be my next video. I talked about having duplicates. Well, the next flex is a duplicate sets because you're going to be able to sell these sets as like a whole thing eventually on the VeVe app. So instead of just listing one collectible, you're going to be able to sell the whole set. And that's going to be worth a lot. So the cover girl set, don't sell that yet. Wait till after season 2 is over. Wait till like season 3. And then you can, the earliest, I would say, earliest you would think about selling is season 3. Powerpuff Girls are slept on it. I so agree, man. I so agree. Especially the first series. I know series 2 has like the less editions, but this is series 1. This is an iconic series 1 set. It was done in 2020 in the private launch. I posted a little like snippet video on Twitter. All these sets that dropped in 2020 are going to be iconic. That was their private launch. They didn't become public until January 1st, but they had like I think 5 or 6 sets that dropped in 2020. And honestly, they're not unattainable. I think the most unattainable one is the Rizzo. It's 3K. If you can muscle up 3K, Rizzo is not going down lower than 3K. If it's 2 point something, people are snagging it, I think. But I think Todd Batman's going to get there too. It's just a matter of time. Where am I? December said, Neil. No cap. What was that about? What did I say when he said Dion? What do you think about the Ghostbusters car? I thought it was all right. I thought Trevor did a good job on it. The detail was crazy. I don't have the set. I don't have the Ghostbusters set, so I'm pretty. Well, I mean, I have the Ghostbusters car set, but I don't have the Ghostbusters. You're talking about the car? Okay, yeah, you're talking about the car. I do have the Ghostbusters car set, but I don't have the Ghostbusters set. That Platinum Moogly is like out of reach for me. So I'm kind of upset about it. If I had that, I think I would like the car set even more. But I liked it. Maybe there's a little update to it that has the flashing lights, you know. I was thinking, what if they had something where it could shoot like the ray gun on top or something like that, and it interacts with like the Stay Puft maybe. I don't know, but we'll see. Sora, when more Ray fixes show up in the app, the floors on everything are going to go up, up. People up. People are going to want Series 1 and will shell out money for it. We'll all be smiling. We'll be here smiling. I so agree. That's what's going to happen. Season 1 is legendary. Season 1 is a beta. Season 1, you know, they talk about how there's different problems with the app. You know, it wasn't perfect. And shout out to them for fixing it so quickly. Like, I remember people, you know, they were pressing the buy button, it was spamming it, wasn't working. All of a sudden, they got 8 barters. That was comic way, the best mistake ever. You know, they're working on the app. Got a 93 ultra rare DeLorean. Wow, J Kill, sub 100. Yeah, you're killing it. I think you got what? That Harley Quinn Red and Black series? It's a great set to have, man. I think you got 24, 25 sets. That's God mode right there. Steve Pugh back to 7. Wendy said, hey, yo, what up, Wendy? I hope I got everything, you know, got you situated with the live stream. Try my best. Maybe, you know, I could explain better, but hopefully it works. I mean, I saw you killing it. December. Hey, man, can you just spread the word? You can see the mint number before actually pushing through the purchase. You can cancel the purchase if you were just checking the mint number and don't like the mint number. Yeah, absolutely. Is that a problem? You don't like that? Like, that's actually how I got a 99 mint no tech hoverboard. Like, when I actually made a video about it. I was like, it was the craziest thing because I got a 99 sub 100 hoverboard 12 minutes after the drop. I was blown away because, well, actually, it didn't have anything to do with it, just happened that way. Because what I think happened, you know, when you cancel or you cancel it by accident or you cancel on purpose a buy order and it'll go back in the system. Well, somehow that must have happened and it came back late or something like that. Because 12 minutes later, I go back in and I buy it. And that's when I noticed it came up as a 99. I was like, what? A 99. Hit buy, went back out, came back in. It was like a different number. And it was a higher number. I was like, Went back out, came back in, did it again, and it was a different number. And that's what I noticed. You could just keep coming back and keep coming back in, and it just switches the numbers. So you can just kind of, and now that it's random, I mean, you could just keep doing that, I guess, if it doesn't sell out and you got time to do that. That's the biggest thing. You got to do it when it's a big drop, because if it's not a big drop, it's just going to sell out on you. I've got 10 no techs. Brendan's stacking the no techs. I sold a sub 100 pretty cheap to somebody that was on the live stream. Maybe it's something that some people just don't pay attention to. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just noticed it recently, like the last few weeks, I would say last couple weeks, maybe it was. But especially with the random mints now, that's going to be interesting to see, because you can definitely go back and kind of like go to a different, you know, different brand, go to a different collectible, come back in the buy now, click it, pops up. Maybe it's a sub 1,000, sub 100, and boom, buy now. Yo, Johnny King, hello, and hello, everyone. Yo, what up, Andy? How you doing, dog? December. Someone from Twitter said he was buying up someone's commons to see if he could get a low mint, but didn't, and ended up selling them in secondary market at discounted prices. I never understood that, unless people are just buying gems outside the market for cheap, and then they're selling it like instantly, like just under retail. I just feel like that's so much work to like really do, like to get around the system. I don't know. Maybe if I'm just not money hungry enough, I think is what it comes down to. I know there's mad people that are, but I want to make money, but I'm not money hungry. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not gonna weasel my way and try to do everything I can to like wiggle my way to make the most. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. I guess to each his own, right? But I think that is in their terms of service that you can't buy out gems out of the store. I bet we'll see at least one secret rare at Comic-Con. I think so too. Let's go. What are your thoughts on the Cause rumor? If we get his IP, it will be huge. I think we got every major artist. I think we got Cause. You know, if you want, I always put this out there to people. If you want, I think tidbits and hints, go look at David Yu's following. I think he's following people that we got licenses from. Lamborghini. I think maybe Will Smith movies. He's following Justin Bieber. He's following Floyd Mayweather. He's following Cause. He's following all these major brands, all these major artists. I think we got them all. I think we got every major brand there possibly is. That's I have no confirmation from that. It's all speculation. I put out a video a while ago about how I think we had Cause because that for that exact same thing. I think David's following people for a reason. Yeah, he's fans of people, but I think it's also like partnerships in the works, you know. But yeah, it's Gammaverse just put out a video on it. Causes legit art that would be a moon boost. Is this the OnlyFans for VeVe? Crypto Maniac, you funny, bro. You funny, man. What's up, man? Glad you're here, bro. You're funny, man. Yo, we gotta do a live stream again. Upgraded my internet to 800 MBS just for VeVe. Let's go. Yo, I need to upgrade my internet just for live streams with people. Because the only way it's like a smooth live stream for me is when I go straight through YouTube and I do it just like this. Otherwise, when I live stream and I use Streamlabs, it makes my like so laggy. I gotta use my phone, and then it's like I can't even. It's like so small of a screen. I can't really like enjoy the conversation. Just enjoying the process, and it's all about the process. Men in Black would be dope. Not gonna lie. Oh, that's why Will Smith he's following Men in Black. I was thinking the movies, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Could you imagine that? Oh my gosh, I love Men in Black. Aliens, like, come on, it's right on my lane. Do you think is going to? Do you think is going to release? Do you think is going to release Marvel on Comic-Con? I do. I do. I think there will be a Comic-Con. I think like Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I feel like to me. See, I'm not like your comic nerd, like your comic, nerd. I'm more of like your Batman nerd. More of your mainstream nerd. Like I'm kind of Spider-Man nerd, so I know like mainstream comics. So to me, something like Spider-Man would be mainstream because I know it, Somebody like me, I don't really know everything. I don't know your specifics. There's way smarter people. Like shout out to Crypto Maniac in here. Shout out to all these people that know their comics, know their collectibles. I don't really know the collectibles that well. I'm learning a lot. So the ones that I do know, I'm like, oh, they're gonna be huge. They're gonna be mainstream because I know them. Like the Hulk, the Wolverine from X-Men, Spider-Man, something like that, or like Captain America. Those are huge ones that I know. So I think they would launch something mainstream like that. That would be a huge launch party that I'm talking about. If I was coming out to the world, I would release Spider-Man, Star Wars, crazy stuff. I wouldn't be able. I would explode if they released both of them. I'm not even a Star Wars like big fan, but VeVe released a Star Wars. I'm a huge fan. I guess just because the way they're gonna look. I'm a big Darth Vader fan with the lightsaber. Like that would look so amazing in my showroom. And plus, I know it's a huge fan base. We're trying to ask when the day comes that that gems NFTs can be sold for money. How will that work? Is there some sort of account we need to set up beforehand? Will Owners be able to sell anytime with ease. So B Casper, I think what you're saying is like you have to set up another account to be able to withdraw your money. You won't have to. Like basically, VeVe is waiting for the money transmitter license that has to get like passed or accepted or whatever, and it may take like a month or a few more weeks. But once that happens, like maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks, maybe as soon as 4 weeks, who knows? But basically, you just have to fill out forms for like a tax stuff because you will have to pay tax on stuff you withdraw. But after that, then you just withdraw right from the app, I would imagine. I don't know how that's going to work exactly. It's going to be gems to fiat or gems to OMI directly through the app. Yeah, I think it's going to be right through the app. Is it okay if all family members join VeVe? 4 users in the house share gems and NFTs between each other? What do you mean? Are you asking me like, is it okay, like by the rules? I don't know if Will Smith's following VeVe, but I'm saying David's following all these people. Like David's not following many people. So if you just want tidbits on like who future license could be, just look at his following. Like I think it's all people that he's had license with or he's about to and like working with. Also, all of the stuff on his Instagram, right? All the pictures, he's met so many people, traveled everywhere. I think those are all clues too. He's been leaving like partnerships and license that are coming. He's had pictures with calls. He had a picture with Vitalik so long ago. Like they probably talked about like, we're a Go chain, but we'll probably go to ETH. Like they talk, I think like, so I've been really digging on all these pictures that he's posted and stuff. And some crazy legends that he's taking pictures with. I'm like, wow, it's probably coming to VeVe. Took a picture of that futuristic concept car, same birth date as him. I think from Mercedes Benz. Like, I think, why would we not have the biggest car brands if we have GM? Like, but when I say all this stuff, it also people like say like, oh, he's just a hype man. But I truly believe this. I've been saying this. I said we've had Marvel since day one. I swore to people that I saw a Marvel logo on like an article, on a Medium article, that's no longer there. Like they took off, and they took off some other things as they blew up too. And we're like, oh, you didn't see anything, and I'm like, I know I saw it. And then so when they announced Marvel, I was like, the moment they announced Marvel, I was like, oh, I see, I told you. I wasn't even like that hype, but then I thought about it, I was like, oh, they're announcing it to the world. They have Marvel. This is huge. So like crazy emotions there. Spider-Man, Ultraman 2D, Ultra Rare comes out. Ooh, that would be wild. I am the same. They talked about the other heroes, and I only know Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. We have failed as nerds. I mean, we know the main ones. We know the main ones. They can fill us in on the ones we don't know. I'm copping Darth Vader dupes all day. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be insane. That's gonna be the ultra. I don't know if it's gonna be the ultra rare, but if it is, it's gonna be big money. I'll take 20. I don't care. Let's go, Toad Father. Yeah, why? Tell me the story with the toads, because I always see you commenting the toads. It's always your profile picture avatar. You gotta tell me the story with that. To Toad Father. Tell me your new name. You're the reason I bought my Todd. No cap. Let's go. They were just chilling, man, for so long. And I was trying to say, like, it was the first VeVe collectible. But VeVe wasn't big yet. So, like, people were like, cool. But now people are like, oh, wait. It's already 500,000. They didn't even market yet. Like, people are seeing, like, I thought everybody was just seeing what I was seeing. Like, we had 10,000, we had like 15, 20,000 users. And I was like, this is going to be the biggest thing in the world. And people were looking at me like, dude, what are you talking about? But I'm like, how do you guys not see it? I would see you spamming those roads everywhere, and I just had to hop on. What do you mean those roads? Oh, the toads. Oh, you bought the toads. You bought the Todd Father because the toad guy. Let's go, Humsicle. Humsikizzle. You bought the toad. You bought the father because of him. The Todd Father because of him. That's hilarious. You're buying Omi as well, or mostly collectibles? I bought Omi. I don't have as much Omi as I want, but I'm blessed to have a good amount. My goal is at least, multi-millions, but it's a struggle, man. I mean, I went all in. I'm not even touching that. That's like something I'm going to hold for a while. Probably my whole life. Pass down some Omi. You see the Harley Quinn from Death Set? Killing the floor. They def animating her. It looks like it, man. It looks like it's just going crazy right now. Tickets come out of her mouth. On the clown thing behind her. Yep, tickets come out. What does that mean? We're all going to get tickets, right? Can you imagine? We all get tickets? Tickets to what? The unlock party. Pump, Fat Tony. Ultraman, you're just trying to pump everything. Commons price is a joke. Yeah, the funny thing about the Ultraman Commons price is that it was like $150, like before the FUD came, like early summer. I think it's going to Moon. Yeah, definitely. I think so. I bought my Tide at the drop for $80. Showed my buddies back then. He didn't care. Showed him it was seeking for $800 today. He downloaded VeVe. Or it was selling for $800. That's hilarious. See, that's what it takes, man. People have no vision. They can't see it. You bought it for $80. They say, why'd you spend money on that crap? You tell them that $80 is now $800. They're going to download the app. It's too late then. Not too late. It's still early. You see what I'm saying? Like, people are just too hard-headed. When it comes down to it, it's just ego, and you're too hard-headed to really open your mind to give it a chance. If you don't know something, why is it hard to learn something? I was that way. We're all that way sometimes. But it takes a few of those times to really learn to be like, okay, I'm not being hard-headed anymore. I'm going to open up and be willing to like learn stuff, Just be a sponge, a constant student of the game. The metal looks so good on Ultraman now. Nice and shiny. You have a ton of Ultraman. Batwoman going to go ham soon enough, too. No, I agree. Batwoman, or I can't talk right now. Batgirl looks amazing. She's still in store, and she's one of those collectibles that's a common, but it literally looks amazing. If you look at the detail on that one, crazy. I noticed the Cryptkins look better too. The sleepers, they look more glossy and cool. Everything looks glossy, man. Everything looks like it's real, like it's in real life. It's crazy. I think that's why I think I would like Star Wars, because it's different than like a comic. It's like it feels real. Why do you think the rare Ecto is selling for less than retail? I think just because it's static and it doesn't interact the same way the DeLorean like is static and doesn't interact. We knew the rare would go below retail because it's static. Yeah, exactly. But not for long, in my opinion. Exactly. That's how things are. Like, things will be under retail for the longest time. Nobody wants it. They'll pick up steam. People will be like, oh. And as soon as they start selling, it's psychology. That's when they're all going to buy it. You don't want to buy then. You want to buy it when no one's buying things. That's what I said one time, or just recently. I said, like the starter kit for somebody new, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to buy. Buy FAs, first appearances, of anything that is a big brand that's retail or below retail. Nobody's buying them, but they will. They're not going to be there forever. We're going to get more and more people in the app. Those new people are going to buy the cheap things. That's going to raise the floor. It just takes time with those. It's a patience game, really. It's just about, can you hold? How long can you hold? Instead of how low can you go, it's how long can you hold? Yeah, congrats definitely on getting the title drop. Batgirl is truly amazing. The leather and the detail. I need Catwoman to complete that set. Go buy a Catwoman right now. Not financial advice. The backstab is catching up to Dragon Girl. What's the backstab at? Can you imagine if the backstabs animate? I've been thinking of every collectible animating, and I said this as soon as they drop, because they look like it's smoking something. And we saw the smoke come out from the Slimer, or not the Slimer, but the Ghost Trap. Imagine that like animates like I see that. I don't know if it is. I'm just saying. Yeah, Trevor has been busy polishing up the collection. That team is working hard to make sure the product is 100. Absolutely, the whole team is really kind of stepped up their game. You can tell when I went back and looked at the Dragon Girl set, the common, the uncommon, they blew me away because I was really only addicted to the gold and the silver. But then I went back and now the common is like blowing me away. The uncommon kind of blew up and it's got that red, black, and silver. But the com's got the gold on it that I like a lot. So Dragon Girl com is a super sleeper. I so agree, bro. So agree. I'm surprised they actually fixed the Brian Bolin misprint, but now it's 400 plus, so it's still going up. Absolutely. I'm surprised too. They talked about they might fix the name because it's only a name change, not like an actual thing on the collectible. I wish I got more penguins. I only got 2 of them, but if I had the gems, I'd buy Catwoman right now. Funds are low, just pay my daughter's school and my rent. Okay, man. Family comes first, brother. Definitely get Catwoman before it gets above $100 because I think, if it gets up too quick and they animate it, it'll just fly. Got a 68. I'm holding unless someone wants to buy it for 68,000. I don't think I want to sell it less than 50K, 60K. Do you think with all the black and white series one day may be able to add colors? I think so. I think maybe you like an accessories type thing. Like the exclusive Todd, you see that be able to add different capes, like they talked about, like the gold super cape. Separate set. Dragon Girl Rare gonna come up too. Ed McGuinness sleeper, undervalued. Yo, what up, Geo Neo? Family first always. I know, man. I'm gonna try to get her ASAP. Absolutely, absolutely. 68 is low. Hodl that. Yeah, man. Absolutely. I gotta hodl that one. I got a 43 mirror. Okay, that's a low. Mirror's gonna go up, bro. It's just only a matter of time. Don't sell it. I've been super focused on getting sleepers rather than completing sets for now. I've been chilling at 13 sets for a minute. Tons of dupes though. I got 43 on drop. Hey, wow, bro. Retail drop. That's nice at 43. Congrats to you. I think, yeah, man, a lot of people are kind of chilling on sets. I think anything above, I don't want to say a number because everybody's got different sets. Everybody's got, different situations and whatever you can do, it's good enough. The biggest thing you don't want to do is try to compete with other people and really just compare yourself to other people. That's what's so hard about this because collection is kind of about showing off, right? It's about showing off your collection. So everybody's showing off the amount of sets, the amount of collectibles, and then it puts you in a situation where it's almost like that Instagram effect where you're seeing all these people, plastic surgery, whatever, done up, and it makes you feel like, oh, you're not good enough if you're going through tough times. Don't feel like that if you're seeing people with big collections, etc. Because you don't know what they paid for. It might have been a lot cheaper than what it looks like because they might have been early and got it for retail. So you got to realize you got to be able to do whatever is good for your situation and don't compare yourself to other people because you're always going to be chasing other people that way. Shout out to the Gale. I think he put out a good tweet, something about like don't keep up with the Joneses or something like that. Like that's a big thing. Like you don't want to sit there and try to compare yourself to everybody else. Nice move. Brazilian butt, lift my Harley. Brazilian butt, lift my Harley. What? But yeah, man, I think Comic-Con, we're going to get some exclusive collectibles. I think maybe some more announcements. I think a big one. I'm hoping Spider-Man. I'm hoping the Hulk. You know, I don't know what else could happen. I think those would be huge ones. Thor, I know. Captain America, some big ones. That's kind of the route I see because that's more comic centric. So I see something like that happening. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but that's kind of how I see the vibe going with that. And then for the second half of the year, then we go right into the NFL season. NFL is going to be huge. I remember doing the interview with Kyle Wilson. Shout out to Kyle, man, one of my early OG friends, and I talked about on that interview how can you imagine Tom Brady going out there throwing a touchdown pass or just telling people, yo, go get my collectible, my first edition collectible, first appearance ever on the VeVe app. Like so many things are going to happen soon the second half of the year, I believe, to where it's just an amazing time. Just enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. You know, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. Don't get caught up so much in the micro, you know, zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out and look at that macro. Look where we started and look where we're at now. And we haven't even began marketing. We haven't even announced the biggest licenses yet. We haven't even done staking. We're on one exchange. Wait till it gets to Coinbase. So many things are going to happen. It's just going to be a snowball effect. And I think Reese put it in one of the AMAs. He said, it's going to look like everything just comes together, you know. But when we're in that micro, everything's so fast. We're in the hour, not even day by day. We're in the hour to hour. You know, if you take 3 hours off the app to go do something, it's like, where were you? And, you know, it's like like every hour is the day almost how quick times are moving in this space. And sometimes it's just important to zoom out a little bit and look at that big picture because we're right around the corner from this thing exploding to the mainstream. And we're all pioneers in this. Like the community is just unbelievable. Everybody has their own niche. Everybody plays their role. And we just got to keep that going, you know. No one really has that bad negative vibe right now, and I want to keep that, you know, really strong and just keep it going. Let's see where I'm at. Labbits prices rose big time today. Definitely. Honey butt. Yeah, that's a good one. The Labbits are going insane. Dude, Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon would be crazy. Someone's always gonna have a better showroom, but someone are just downloading the app today. So be happy for your bag and collectibles and do what's right for you. Said it perfectly, absolutely. You got to think too. Most of the people joining the app in the world for the rest of the time are joining from this point on. They're starting off with 0. So you may have like 50 collectibles and be like, wow, I don't even have 100. You may have 100 and be like, I don't have 200. But you may have 10 and be like, I don't have 50. But you have more than the person who's going to join tomorrow. If they drop Calls or Banksy, that will change everything. I think they will eventually. J Kill, what up, bro? What up, J Kill in the house? I love how we're able to get branding from a type of industry. I love how we're able to. I just read that, especially for the first set. Such a huge concept. Do we pay capital gain tax every time you sell NFT for profit? Well, it depends if you're selling it and you gotta like right now. It's all in the VeVe app, you know, and they're gonna release the KYC information soon. Johnny, are you gonna stay awake the whole night again? No, I'm gonna pass out. Actually, speaking of that, I'm getting so tired. Wanted to get on. I could talk to you guys for hours. It could be another 3-hour live stream. It's just about 2 hours. Wow, time goes so fast. Hey, I hate hopping off because you know you guys are tuning in, but we just had the Ecto1. We got Comic-Con coming up. No drop this week. Marketplace is going to be on fire, so don't sell yourself short. Don't sell your collectibles for too cheap, and you know make sure you hodl strong because this is the Amazon on the blockchain. This is the Facebook on blockchain. This is Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything in one. VeVe is the Disneyland for NFTs. This is a whole new frontier, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it. I'm grateful for all you guys. I'm signing off. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out. Appreciate everybody for the support too. Like, you guys have just been unbelievable. You know, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Thanks to you guys, man. I just want to say thank you guys. And let's keep on rocking. You know, I'm going to do the Ecto1 giveaway soon. So stay tuned to that. I'm going to post on Twitter. And, you know, I'm going to get you guys involved. I'm going to pick a winner. So shout out to you guys who, you know, who've done it before, everybody. And, you know, let's keep VeVe rocking, because the energy is crazy. People are going to want to stay tuned. People are going to want to join just because of the community. So everybody, shout out to you guys. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn, and we out.